Good evening. My name is Atticus Finch. I am a lawyer of Birmingham County, a father of 2 children, and a widower. This is my story.
Good evening, Mr. Finch. What is it like to raise 2 children without a matriarch figure?
I find it quite difficult to raise it because, as a single parent, you have to do both duties of a patriarch and a matriarch figure. One, you have to be strong and firm, but sometimes you have to be careful. And by careful, I'm not being precise. I mean being careful for the children. You make sure that they still get that feeling of a patriarch and a matriarch figure, but combined into one.
So I have another question for you, Mr. Finch. What was your feeling behind your actions of shooting Tim Johnson with this rifle I have acquired from Heck Tate?
Well, let's take a look here. It's still in perfect condition. The sights are a little warped, but my actions behind it was, at first, my children, well, specifically my eldest son, Jeremy, he thought I wasn't good at anything, but I didn't really do this to prove him wrong. I did this as a community service. Tim Johnson was a rabid dog. He belonged to some owners who lived down the street from us. And so, as soon as I hear from Calpurnia, my maid, that the children have said there's a rabid dog in the street, I rush down with Sheriff Tate, my good friend. He hands me the rifle. He says, "You know as good as I do, I'm not a good shot." He hands me the rifle. I tried to see if I could shoot with my glasses on, but I could not, so I took off my glasses. I took aim, took a nice steady breath, and ever so slightly pulled the trigger. My shot was a little off to the right, but I still managed to get the job done. I didn't feel any remorse. I felt what I did was supposed to be correct.
So a third question I have for you is, how did the trial affect you, your daily life, and your children?
Well, it did affect me in general, is because I'm a man. I don't care what you are, who you are. I will love you as a human being. But this trial really upset me, is because this has been going on for too long now. So many innocent black people, innocent African Americans have been accused of false things such as rape, murder, stealing. And this just all makes me upset, is because of the prejudice and the racism, whether it's implicit or explicit. It upsets me deeply. How it affects my children is, here, my youngest child, my daughter, Jean Louise, she says, let me get my glasses on. I'm 50. I'm old. Deal with it. Yes. Do all lawyers defend Negroes, Atticus? My daughter was concerned about me, and I, as a parent, I had to assure her that this was going to be fine. But I wonder what they felt after they known that we lost the trial. It still haunts me to this day.
So my final question here today is, how do you feel about Bob Ewell?
He was a sick man. He drinks excessively. He beats his children. I can't even think of beating my own children, let alone of him beating all 9 of his, especially of him beating Mayella Ewell. She accused Tom Robinson of raping her in the trial, but I have a strong feeling that her father did it. See, Bob Ewell, he's a very sick man. Ever since his wife died, he started drinking more than he should. It's just sad just to see him have his life waste away little by little, and have his children affected by that. It's just terrible. Absolutely abhorrent.
Thank you. That is all for today, Mr. Finch.